Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Thursday night live stream. Hope you guys are having a wonderful week. As always, guys, if you can hear me okay, please let me know in the chat. Also, let me know what you're drinking. I'd love to say hey to you guys. So feel free to comment throughout the night. We've got a good stream, I think. We're going to be tasting some really good whiskey tonight. I'm going to be giving away a lot of really good samples, including E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof. Elijah Craig C923, some Old Forester single barrel rye. So we're going to be doing that. Ed Sturger, what's up, man? Good audio. Awesome. Perfect. So this last week, I posted my best of 2024 video and best of 2024 so far. Those videos always attract new people to the channel. And I love the core group that we have that are fans of this channel. They're all just positive, awesome. Anytime I post one of these that has more reach, like a top 5 video that'll get 3,000 videos or 3,000 views in a day, some real gems come out of the woodwork. So we had some of those. We had one comment I wanted to share with you guys. We'll get into it later, but basically what we're going to do, we're going to take my top 2 picks of the year so far, and we're going to put them up against some hitters, some real hitters tonight, and see how they do. Now, they may not do as well. They may do better. I have no idea, but it'll be fun anyway, since some people think, I knew when I put this video out, I knew it. I knew people were going to be like, you're just playing favorites to Barrels for Hope organization. There's no way these barrel picks are as good as some of what the legacy distilleries are doing. There's no way this craft BS, and which I used to say myself. So it's going to be fun. We're going to have a fun night and give away some samples. So then you guys, whoever wins these tonight, can taste them on your own, and you guys can decide. First thing I want to do tonight is welcome our new patrons. We had 2 patrons this week. So let me roll this for you guys. So Mike Conklin, William Hines, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the family. Very excited you guys are able to join Patreon. You guys can join our Patreon and Whiskey Tornado if you go to patreon.com/Whiskey Tornado for as little as $2 a month. But we do a lot of fun stuff in there. A lot of fun stuff at the end of the year, things like that. So welcome to you guys. What else we got going on? We have 4 weeks until our Barrels for Hope year-end event, where we'll be donating $40,000 to charity. So I can't believe it's only 4 weeks away, man. That's crazy. It's just coming up so fast. I'm so excited to get together with everyone from Barrels for Hope, pick a barrel at Starlight. We're still waiting on barrels from Four Roses and Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. As always, guys, this is all because of the relationship we have with A1 and A1 Liquors in Effingham, Illinois. So if you're ever on Highway 57, make sure you stop by A1. I also, now that I'm thinking of it, I can share these. Narav got back to me today. A1, Narav and A1 just killing it as usual. And they're building a new store in Effingham. This is in and this is the rendering of the new A1 store. So the bottom floor is going to be retail space. They're going to have a lot of storage, I think, in a basement. And the upper level is going to be a bar and steakhouse, I think, is the plans right now. So there's the two renderings of it. But man, I'm so excited for Narav and for A1 and all their staff, and just excited we're able to partner with them, and thankful that they allow us to get these barrels and then donate proceeds to charity. So thank you to Narav, thank you to A1, and like I said, you guys that are fans of the channel or Barrels for Hope members, make sure you support that store. I'm going to get ready to say hey to some people in the chat. So let's see here. We got, again, Ed Sturger's in the house. What's up, buddy? I get to see Ed next week, so it's exciting. Bourbon Hunter, what's up, man? Cheers, buddy. Gary's in the house. Sounds great. Old Forester 1910, getting my double oaked. Oh, yeah. Nice. That reminds me. I need a warm up pour. So, what I'm going to do tonight, guys, before we get into this high proof stuff, is this is one of my favorite picks ever from A1. It's a Weller 107. We're going to pour a little bit of that in the frosted whiskey Tornado Glen. All right. Let me see who else is in here. Danny Spirits, what's up, man? Salute. Philip Travis, what's up? Cheers, buddy. G-Hawk's in the house. All right, we got the regulars, the good crew. David says, cheers to A1. Wow, heck yeah. Yeah, right, man? They're killing it, as usual. And I know it's not, I know this much of how hard that business is to run, but I'm always impressed with them. So, all right, cheers, everybody. Cheers to a great night. Man, last night, I don't know if you guys saw, I was on Hello Again Whiskey Friends, another friend of the channel, great channel. We did blind. Their format's really cool. 3 guys that Jeffrey Wack basically sent us samples. We had 4 samples, and we were doing all the things, guessing proof, age, distillery, state of distillation, all those kind of things blind. And I think last night, me, Darrell, and Kelsey broke a record for the score of how many we got right last night. So we bottle shot, we headshotted a Wilderness Trail rye. We guessed the proof dead on, the age dead on, the distillery, the state, and the bottle. So we were on our A game last night. I think we had 45 points and we left 15, which is just incredible. I mean, we were tasting everything really good. But we did great. We did great last night. It was fun being on their channel, fun doing that blind. If you haven't seen it, you should go watch it. Pretty fun. All right, let me get down here, see who else is in here. Ed says, brought the Chattanooga Founders with me in Louisville. Oh yeah, nice. I love that bottle, man. So good. Ed says, what does Narav know about steak? Yeah, I mean, he is vegetarian. I'm sure he's going to have somebody good running that place. Ed Young, happy Thursday, buddy. Cheers, man. Bourbon Hunter, you guys killed it. Not sure exactly what you're referring to, Bourbon Hunter. Are you referring to Barrels for Hope, Barrel Picks? Not really sure. Or the rendering of A1. Let's see. Danny Spirits, I'm going rye tonight. Old Forester barrel strength rye. Nice. So we're going to be trying that tonight too. So let me get this banner going. That banner going for you guys. Oh, Narav's in the house. What's up, buddy? Narav, I know Sunday's Father's Day. I think I might be coming down. I don't know if you'll be around the store Sunday. Need to talk to you about that. I might come down. I need to get down there really bad. I just don't know when I can do it. Saturday's not looking good. So it might have to be Sunday morning, but I don't know what you're up to. Anyway, we can talk about that later. Narav ran restaurant, so just as much as Ed knows about Beam. A plus comment, Narav. Oh, the blind flight. Yeah, thanks, man. So you were watching last night. Yeah, that was fun. We did. I mean, I can't take credit. I mean, those guys they're on their A game. I have not been tasting a lot this year, especially in blinds, even though we've been doing pretty good with live streams, but it's a lot easier. Well, I shouldn't say, sometimes I think it's easier to narrow down on things when you have a team, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's really hard because you don't want to overstep somebody else's opinion. So it's kind of hard but we were all pretty much in agreement on a lot of things, which made it really easy. So, Brad, made my first stop at A1 a month ago. Cool. They're expanding and the new place looks amazing. Yeah, man, it's going to be awesome. I'm so excited for them. I'm telling you, man, Narav went through a lot of shit trying to get that place approved to the city. It's a pain in the ass, and it was quite a fight to get it done, I'm sure. This A1 Weller pick, man, it's one of the best picks I've ever had. It's really, really good. All right. So let's see here, guys. Ed says, can't pass up my chance at busting Narav's chops. I love you. He's got thick skin, Ed. He can handle it. All right. So what I wanted to talk to you guys about was release the best of 2024 video. And of course, getting tons of views, tons of new viewers to the channel. With that brings people who aren't used to me, aren't used to the channel, have no idea what we're about, that kind of thing. So I pulled this comment because I knew this was going to happen. So let's see. Mike M4432 says all these picks are niche craft bullshit. I just replied to him, so much anger. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I knew that was going to happen when, of course, you put a couple of your own barrel picks on the list, but it's the best things I've tasted so far in 2024. I'm not lying. These are the best things I've tasted. Now, with every list, I haven't tasted everything. And I've said all year that I have not bought near as much this year as I have in years past. This is the year. I really believe this is the year. The single barrel picks. I was talking with Jason with Mash and Drum. He believes so too. Like most of the stuff he's drinking are single barrel picks, just better than the stuff that's coming out. It's easier to find. You know, you're not having to buy a Wild Turkey bottle for $500 that's allocated. That's super hard to find. It's just for what you can get, and the cost is just, they're better values than a lot of stuff that's on the market right now. I'm just not buying any much allocated stuff at all. It's pretty much all single barrel picks, and they're phenomenal. So today I want to challenge Mike M4432 and take my best pick, my top two picks, and put them against some hitters tonight. We'll do a blind. That's going to be the tasting. And then anybody that does a $5 super chat will go in for, we'll do two drawings tonight, one for the bourbon flight and one for the rye flight. So if you guys want to do that, that's fine. Again, I do these super chats just to help with shipping because it costs me like 20 freaking bucks just to send out samples. So, so if you guys want to put in for that, go for it. If not, that's fine too. Then I don't have to ship anything. So it's a win either way. So, but I always like to offer samples to you guys of what I'm tasting, and then you can taste when you get the samples and watch this back. It's kind of fun to do. That's how I started when I was trying to taste notes. I'd get a bottle, sit down, watch somebody that had a lot more experience than me, watch them review a bottle, and see if I could pick up the same kind of tasting notes they were, and then just develop those points of reference over time. So, all right, let me get back to these comments here. Make sure I didn't miss any super chats. Top Dog's in the house. What's up, buddy? Cheers, man. Top Dog is helping us do some really cool. Well, I don't know if we shared it and paid. We shared that in Discord, didn't we? Yeah, I think you did, Top Dog. He's making these really cool kind of glasses, like or cup holders, Glencairn holders like this for the Barrels for Hope event that we're going to auction off out of staves from our Nashville barrel company, Barrel. So that'll be super cool. They're doing a great job, man. David Bay says A1 makes Barrels for Hope. Yeah, without A1, Barrels for Hope doesn't exist. If it did, it wouldn't be as good. Ed Young says probably not a member and just jealous he can't get his hands on them. They're all bangers. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he's jealous, but I would say I see where he's coming from. I'm teasing him, but I see where he's coming from. I would think the same thing if I just tuned into somebody's best of list and 3 of their top picks were barrel picks they did. So I get it. That's why I'm just putting it to the test tonight. We'll see. He may be right. Maybe they're not as good as some bangers, but we'll find out tonight. Let's see. Kevin, cheers, Lance. Just finished off 15 stars, 14-year bourbon. Oh, nice. I've heard good things. I have not had that, though. Not had that. All right. Let's get into the tasting tonight, guys. I'll probably go about an hour tonight. So maybe not that. Well, we'll see. We're at 16 minutes already. So we'll see how far we can go. Here we go. All right. So let me get this comment off. So what we got, guys, is our normal flight here, our normal tasting glasses with A, B, and C on the bottom. As you can see, I cannot see through to see what letter is. So I love doing tastings in these glasses. This is from a company called Whiskey Challenge that sent me these. We might do our advent calendar with them this year. But good guy, and they make cool products. So I think you can go to their site. I might have a code, but I don't even know what the code is, if I'm being honest. But if you want that, it's got a little podium. It's got these little neck tags that go on the bottles, which is kind of cool. So let's get out our first flight here. I'm going to do bourbon first. So we're going to do the E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof. Nashville Barrel Company. This was my number one pick. So show you guys. That was my number one pick of best bourbon so far in 2024. I knew I'd get flack for it, but it is what it is. And then we're going to also put this against Elijah Craig's C923. So we're going to put A on that. B is going to be the Nashville Barrel Company. And C is going to be the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. So I'll just get pours of these real quick. These are all kind of close. The E.H. Taylor's 131 proof. The Nashville Barrel Company is 120. I don't know. Can't read. I need my glasses. And then the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof C923. Okay. So let me get these down here. I don't want to spill them. Those of you in Barrels for Hope, if you have those bottles, feel free to pour them tonight. Do this with me. We'll just see where it lands. I will tell you guys. So Ed, who's in the chat, poured me I can't remember which Stag Junior it was, but it was Stag Junior, one of the Stag Juniors. Maybe Ed can say which one it was. And our barrels, or our Nashville Barrel Company Barrels for Hope pick in a double blind. I had no idea what he poured me, and it wasn't even close. It made Stag Junior taste young, kind of grain forward. And I was just so amazed by the flavors that exploded out of the glass with the Nashville Barrel Company. So, all right. Sorry, I'm just mixing these up. Hopefully you guys believe me that I have no idea what I'm drinking here. All right. Let me, I know I saw Ed with a super chat. Get Ed. Ed, I got you on the board, buddy. Excuse me, I got a tickle in my throat. What's up, Marty? Marty's in the house. Cheers, buddy. Marty, new member to Barrels for Hope. I saw you joined, so cheers, man. Kevin said, but Barrels for Hope bottles have been fantastic. I try to tell everybody, man. Let's see. Okay, Ray Warren, I got you down. Again, guys, we're doing 2 drawings tonight for those that super chat. The first drawing is going to be for the bourbon flight I'm tasting tonight, and the second flight will be for the rye. The bourbon we're tasting is Elijah Craig Barrel Proof C923, the Nashville Barrel Company Barrels for Hope pick, and E.H. Taylor barrel proof. It's the latest batch of that. The ryes, I'll show you guys the ryes. Interesting rye flight tonight. So we're going to be doing Old Forester single barrel proof. I love this bottle. I rated this one very high. I haven't had it in a while. We're going to be tasting that against, this is Rye 3. This is the first Mash and Journey pick from when they started. Absolutely gorgeous rye. I've put this in blinds and it just absolutely demolishes things that it goes against. So I haven't had this in a long time. It'll be really fun to see how this stands up. And it'll be fun to send whoever gets it a sample because there were only 162 of these bottles. So never be another one. And then, of course, we have the Barrels for Hope Middle West Dark Pumpernickel Rye, which I freaking love. This was our number 2, my number 2 best whiskey so far this year. And again, I got some flack for it. I knew I would, but that's okay. I have tough skin. I can handle it. Let's see. What else is in here? Horatio. All right, buddy. I got you down. Right now, you guys have a damn good chance of winning. There's 3 of you, and we got 2 giveaways. So, all right, let's get into this. These are all going to be fantastic, guys. I know that. These are all going to be phenomenal pours. Oh, jeez. Okay, let me see. So I've got glass 1, glass 2, glass 3. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see what's on the bottom of the glass, but I'm not going to look because I don't want to know. I generally want to do this blind. That's all kinds of honey, cinnamon, good caramel notes. Really nice. Let me see which one I like on the nose the best here. Oh my God. 2's freaking amazing. 2, it smells darker than glass 1 and just has this like beautiful like root beer note on the nose to it. Glass 3. Glass 3 is that more like brighter, lighter kind of honey fruit notes. All noses are really good. So what I guess before I start, what would you guys' guess be? What would you guess the order of the flight's going to be in rankings? Oh man. Woo boy. Glass 1 coming in with the age. Beautiful, like light honey roasted nuts with cinnamon. Tons of honey though. Nice, like rickhouse kind of dusty floor to it. Hangs around, man. It's got some spice dancing all over the tongue. Okay, here we go. Top Dog said, "Me and the Bourbon Engineer are making the boards, and we also have a few more surprises for you." How am I getting surprised? I'm a founding member. I shouldn't be surprised. Oh, I'm so thankful for you guys, man. It's going to be such a fun event. I can't wait. I'm going to take one more sip of Glass A. Man. That's just an explosion of flavor, man. Really, really good. Beautiful bottle. Okay. Let's go to glass 2. Oh my God. This glass 2 has on the nose, it's got those like root beer kind of like sugar cane notes. It almost smells like a Foursquare rum. It really does. Man, and it's just like sticking to the glass. It is An oily sucker, man. All right. Cheers, everybody. Holy crap. On the palate, on the nose, it's like root beer float, kind of rum notes, those like sugar cane kind of notes on the nose. On the palate, it is like sweet tobacco, cigar shop. There's some berries. That's amazing. It glass 2 is really well rounded and balanced, and you can tell how oily it is. Glass 1 has a ton of flavor too, but it's more like vibrant, like you throw pop rocks on your tongue and it's like just dancing. All that rice spice on glass 1 is just like all it just like really excites your tongue. Glass 2 is just more like velvety, buttery. So I guess it's what you like. Neither are bad. They're both phenomenal. They're both phenomenal whiskeys. I'm going to get to glass 3 here in a second. Ed Young, got you down, buddy. Ed says, if NBC loses to anything tonight, I will be blown away. Yeah, but it's so niche, Ed. It's so niche. Gosh, these stupid niche distilleries. I don't know what NBC's doing, but they better not stop doing it. It's fantastic. All right, glass 3. Another killer pour. Oh, man. Glass 2 is really good. Glass 2 is, or glass 3, I mean, I'm sorry. Glass 3 is the sweetest of the 3 pours. And these are all really different animals. Glass 3 is sweet honey, almost like honey, like majority honey with a little bit of grapes. And then it does have this nice tobacco note as well, but it's way tamed down from glass 2. Glass 3 is complex for sure. Mm, so well balanced, man. All 3 of these are home runs. It's really hard. This is what I will say is where NBC is in this for $85. Elijah Craig Barrel C923. I don't even know what it's going for on secondary now, but it's got to be way over that. And EH Taylor Barrel Proof goes for 300 plus on secondary, and everybody's fighting for those. That's like such a sought after bottle. And these 3 are all so close. There's not a bad one in the bunch. I'm just trying to figure out right now which one would I want to sit down with every night and drink more of. Top dog. How about top 5 distilleries of the year so far? Hmm. Okay. Let me think about that, top dog. I mean, Hard Truth is going to be in there for me because of what they're doing at such a young age. I had their 4 grain bourbon in my top 5 of things I've tasted so far in 2024. I just think they're and the finishing series they just came out with. Oh my gosh, the John Mellencamp thing, the Harvest Rye they did, everything they're doing is just knocking me over, and it's all 2 to 4 year old whiskey. So they would be definitely a distillery of the year for me with what they've done with their bottled and bond, and they're keeping their pricing down on some of those. Um, they're really hitting all the checks for me. Um, Heaven Hill is always going to be in my top 5 distilleries of the year, no matter what they do. Even if they come out with, batches of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof that aren't that good, the age is still there, the proof's still there, the barrel strength for the price. I mean, Heaven Hill just kills it every year. So they're definitely in my top 5 too. Let me think about some more. That's a great question though. All right, Gary Botchman, I got you down, buddy. And Ed Young, did you mean you want 2 entries, buddy? I got you down. I got you down for 2 entries. All right, what I'm gonna do is start with glass 3, work my way back the other way, just so I give everything a fair chance. We tasted last night's flight. I say this every time I do a blind flight because I just want to pound this point home that blind flights are great and they're a part of the equation when you rate whiskeys, but they're not everything. So I think, you got to factor in price, you got to factor in sitting down with a bottle by yourself and really exploring it at night, and then throw it in some blinds and then figure out where you place it. Last night's a perfect example. Like they put a wilderness, not a wilderness trail, a driftless Glen rye in the flight. That's the one that we nailed. We guessed the age, the proof, the bottle, the distillery. We guessed everything right on it. And I hated that pour in last night's flight. And I've had driftless Glen ryes that I really like, but they're so different. It's got like this kind of dark chocolate espresso bean note that in a flight can throw you off. It's just so out there. It's such an outlier that doesn't taste that good. So I think it's important when you evaluate those things, you look at you put it in some blind flights, but then you also have it on its own, figure out how much you really like it. So all right, glass 3. Yeah, I'm getting the same thing. Very honey, grape. There's like grape cherry kind of notes to it. Tobacco. Tobacco's really light. This is a little astringent on the back end. If I had to knock it for one thing, it would be that astringency, the wood tannins. It's drying out the back of my palate. I think because the proof is so high on that one. So while it's good, that would be my knock on it. So I think that's probably my last place. I'm gonna put it in third. I think you guys can see that. So we have this little podium thing here. So I'm putting that in third, I think. Might change. We'll see. Glass 2. That's so good, man. That's like cigar box, vanilla. God dang, is it good. So rich and coating. That's really good, man. It gives me that bottle gives me chills. David Bass, NBC for the win. I think so too, man. I think so too, honestly. It's I didn't know how to express it when I shot the top 20, 24 bourbons so far this year because I just knew I was in a no-win situation. It is the best thing I've tasted so far this year. I truly believe that, but no one's going to believe me. The only people that are going to believe me are Barrels for Hope members who have had this bottle. And for me to put a non-distilling producer that's sourcing MGP as my top bourbon of the year is crazy, but I really think it's going to win everything this year. And the crazy thing is, you guys will see, we will put this in our blind and we'll send it to our top 5 Patreon members at the end of the year and see where they rate it. And that'll tell all. That'll tell all. This year I am putting single barrel picks in our best of. I've never done it before, but this year I'm going to because I think this is the year of the single barrels. Oh man. Boy, that's good. That's really good. So glass 1, I'm having the same issue as glass 3. The flavors are super concentrated. Extremely concentrated. Maybe even more so than glass 2. it's not as interesting as glass 2 to me, and it does dry out the back of my palate. So I'll tell you guys why I think that is. I will be surprised if I don't know what these are, but um, the glass 2 is the most rounded, it is the most balanced, it's the most interesting and unique. So glass 2 is going to be my first place, but glass 1 is a very close second, and glass 3, while good and a great pour, I don't think really competes with glass 1 and 2. So that's what we got. So let me see what you guys think. I think I'm drinking. Oh, Ed says right for NBC. Top dog. NBC Barrels for Hope is one of my favorite NBC picks. Yeah, man, it's so good. Ed Sturger 23. We did Stag Junior 23A is what the Barrels for Hope NBC pick beat blind in a double blind. Prescription Bourbon, what's up, man? Cheers, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you in here. Let's see. Don't want to miss anybody. There's Jeffrey Wack. What's up, dude? I was just talking about you. Had so much fun on your channel last night, man. It was good to hang out, drink some whiskey, do a flight, break some records. It was awesome hanging with you guys backstage afterwards too, drinking some bourbon. Can't wait to meet Darrell and Kelsey in person. That was a fun night, man. Ed Sturger, I poured you the NBC pick, Stag 23A, and the Founders pick. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Excuse me. Walker Hines. Jeez, cheers, man. Thanks, buddy. I got you in, man. We're just writing your name down. Got you in here. Got you down. Jeffrey Wack. Yay, Middle West. Yeah, we'll see how Middle West does in this blind. I think it's going to be, well, I don't know. I think it's going to be harder for me to pick out the Middle West and the rye. It's harder for me to distinguish between ryes. I'm not as good at that as I am with bourbons. All right, let's see. Kevin, got you down, man. Cheers, buddy. And Top Dog, what's up? I got you down. All right. Let's see. David, that Barrels for Hope Middle West pick is great. Oh, man, it's so good. It was my number two of the year. So, all right, let's reveal this first flight. So, in third place, this is my third, second, first. So, third place is A, and A was E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof. I'm not surprised by the notes I gave, but again, this is what I'm trying to tell people on my best of the year video is that you're chasing these super allocated picks, especially from Buffalo Trace. And while they used to be better than a lot of stuff on the market, I don't think they are anymore. I think some of these newer non-distilling producers that have figured out a lot of interesting double barreling and finishing techniques, and some younger distilleries whose stuff is coming of age is really competing with the big dogs that have super allocated products. So for me, E.H. Taylor came in last place in this flight, which means our Barrels for Hope pick is alive. Now, number two in the second spot, this bottle, while fantastic, super concentrated, the only thing I knocked it for on my notes was it was a little drying on the finish, a little more tannic. And for me, I love a really like viscous, buttery kind of bourbon that's really well rounded. And this had more like those pop rocks on your tongue, which some people like even more. I didn't dislike it. I just didn't like it as much as glass one. Texture had a lot to do with it, and the finish and the uniqueness had a lot to do with it. So glass two, second place is C. And C was Elijah Craig. That means Nashville Barrel Company is the winner for me in this flight. And I know some of you still aren't going to believe me, but I'm going to send this flight to one of the winners tonight, and you guys can do this on your own and then tell me how you feel. Now, I would not be surprised if someone picks Elijah Craig's C923 over the Nashville Barrel Company, but I just don't think it's as unique. The crazy thing is on the nose, that smells like a rum. It really does. It's got some great root beer flavors on the nose, and then on the palate, it is just immediately this like a you know when you walk into a cigar shop and you smell that sweet tobacco that hasn't been like burned yet. That's what you get in your mouth on that, along with a lot of other really good flavors. So that is a home run pick. And I would like to say I was on that pick, but I wasn't even on that pick, so I can't take credit for it. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. Mm. God dang, it's good. Ed Sturgar said, NBC, Elijah Craig, E.H. Taylor. You nailed it, bud. Geox C923, Nashville. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people might pick that, honestly. I'm not going to say that I think some people would, I'm not going to say everyone would pick the Nashville over that. But Kevin said, knowing Lance, Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, NBC, E.H. Taylor. Kevin, you are exactly right. In fact, when I did the first flight of all the barrels for Hope, I did pick our Elijah Craig Founders pick over the NBC. But the more time I've had with that bottle, the more I've just fell in love with it, and it just hits my palate right. And in a double blind, it wipes out everything. It's just such an explosion of flavor and so unique. It's, if you like tobacco flavors, you'll love it. And I'm not trying to sell you a bottle because we don't have any. Philip Travis, looking forward to meeting everyone at the year-end event. So glad to be a part of the group. Well, thanks, bud. Yeah, I can't wait to meet you, man. Thanks for being a part of the group. It's only because of you and our other members that we even can do this. It's really a group effort. Without A1, we wouldn't be able to do it. Without 140 of you guys wanting to support it and seeing the vision of the founders, we wouldn't be able to do it. So thank you guys. I cannot wait to give away $40,000 in 4 weeks. So Horatio, Nashville, ECVP, EH Taylor. So see, I think a lot of you guys, if you're followers of the channel and you're part of Whiskey Tube, you guys know how good the Nashville Barrel Company picks are and what they're doing and how they're just completely decimating. I mean, we did the Nashville Barrel Company in place of 4-gate. We were going to do a 4-gate pick. We did a 4-gate pick. When they sent us the case, they sent us 30 bottles. They said our barrel only had 30 bottles. So that was a major bummer, pissed us off. But we were like, well, we're going to have to figure out something to replace that because we have 140 members. So we decided to do a Nashville Barrel Company pick. I don't think many people were crazy about that trade-off. But I think everyone that's put the Nashville Barrel Company in a blind against the 4-gate pick we did has picked the Nashville Barrel Company, and it's half the cost. So, yeah. So Mike M4432. All the picks are niche craft bullshit. We'll do this one more time. So far, it's not. I was gonna also shout out Swope Eddie, who said I like the Barrel Craft pick because Barrel Craft Mizunara was I think my number 4 of the year so far. He said, I remember when everyone complained about their $85 price tag, but they have held at that price level for a while now and almost seems like a bargain these days. We could easily have a best of the year list and it be all Barrels for Hope bottles, as they've all been great. So yeah, I agree, man. I remember when Barrel Craft Spirits came out, and Nashville Barrel Company for that matter, and they priced their bottles at $85, and we all thought that was a lot. I used to skip Nashville Barrel all the time because of the $85 price tag. But their prices have remained the same, and everybody else's prices have went up, and now it doesn't seem so bad. So, yeah, Yeah, that was a great comment though. All right, prescription bourbon. I've got you down. Cheers, man. All right. So let me. Oh my god. All right. I can't. I can't let this Elijah Craig C923 go to waste. So get these back in the right spot here. Oh, I'm about to sneeze. If you guys didn't see, I don't know how many of you are Illinois basketball fans, but Terrence Shannon Jr. acquitted of all rape charges at trial. That should have never even went to trial. Such a bullshit case. So that was exciting, man, to see him. Great young man who almost had his life ruined by I don't know how that case went to trial, but he was acquitted on all charges today. So cheers to that, man. I'm glad now he can go be great in the NBA. So put all that bullshit behind him. Ed Sturgar says niche BS, eat a bag of dicks. we might have to make a shirt, Ed. Too funny. Whiskey Nose said, if I still lived in Tennessee, I would own NBC stock. Man, they have got, I don't know if somebody in the chat can tell me if they admit that they double barrel their stuff, but they have to be double barreling their stuff. It definitely has those notes, but not overly done. It's just really nice, man. Oh man, C923. All these bottles hit good tonight. Whiskey Nose says TD Lance is one of my very first YouTube buddies, hands down. Aw, boop. Hope you're doing well, buddy. It's always good to see you in the chat. Ray Warren, all this talk about the NBC Barrels for Hope, I had to revisit it. I tried to stash it away. Dude, I know. I hear you. So much good bourbon tonight. All right. Where's my bottled water? Let me rinse these glasses out real quick. And then we'll pour these ryes and see how the Middle West stacks up with some of my favorite ryes. Yeah, prescription bourbon. This is the year of the ryes. So, prescription bourbon. What's your favorite ryes you've tasted this year? I'll tell you what I wanted to have in here was the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof, but I don't have one. Ed, we did a blind flight, and I picked that first. So I would have had that in this flight tonight if I had a bottle, but I don't have a bottle. So, all right. Cleanse my palate a little bit. All right, let's just make sure we got the right glasses here. There's A, B, and C. So let's go. We'll do Old Forester in A, Rye 3 in B, and our Middle West pick in C. I know you guys don't have all these picks, but if you have a Old Forester and you happen to have the Middle West, pour those. All right, let me pour these and then we'll let these open up and then I'll get to your chats here. I'm excited to have this Old Forester. I have not had that in a while. I'm really excited to have this Rye 3. That was the first Mash and Journey pick. I think there's some pretty old stuff in there. Okay. Put these down so I don't drop them. All right, let's see here. John Hancock. What's up, buddy? Cheers, man. Hope you're doing well tonight. One of you guys, two of you guys are going to get great flights, man. This is going to be fun because I have not had some of these in a while. All right, I have no idea what's what. Daniel, what's up, man? Watching from Costa Rica. Nice. Cheers. What are you drinking in Costa Rica? That's what I want to know. Hopefully you brought some of those grander rums finished in Weller or other crazy stuff, or Foursquare rum. Marty, it took 3 to beat my record. We didn't beat your record? Are you sure? Damn it. We did pretty good. I think we had 45 and we left 15 on the board, I think. Did I miss a comment from Jeff? I don't think so. E.H. Taylor barrel proof for 150 and under all day for me. Yeah, well, it's not as good as the Nashville Barrel Company. It's just not. It's not, Marty. NBC for the win. That's right. Ed says the A1 Titan 3 NBC pick is so damn good as well. Any of those still available? Ed, there might be. And I think A1 has a deal right now where their single barrels are 40% off. So I've got to go down there maybe Sunday. If not Sunday, it'll have to be next week. So when I do, I will let you know. But if I can get you a bottle, I'll get you a bottle. I think all the A1 picks are 40% off now. So, oh, Ray says 11 left online. Yeah, I mean, I have been in the A1 group telling people how good these NBC picks are, and people are still sleeping on them. So I can't do anything more to help them out. Brad Recca, yep, outstanding for Terrence Shannon Jr. Yeah, that trial was just such bullshit, man. There was no video evidence of them near each other in the bar. She was at the bar, left to go get a rape kit done, came back to the bar later. There was another guy who had been accused of sexual assault in the same bar 2 weeks earlier that was there that night. And then, you had the text from her to her friends saying, "Oh my God, I saw the ESPN article," and her saying, "Yes, sir, we got him." And then little face emojis with dollar signs, just sickening, man. Just, it's tough, man. And, I can't imagine being African-American male and having to go against a Caucasian person, accusing them of what they were with an all Caucasian jury in Kansas. It's got to be extremely scary, man. He had to be, even though he knew he was innocent, it had to be nerve wracking. I can't even imagine. It just cost him being an All-American, a month of his college career. Such bullshit. But at least it's all behind him. Ed, I think I can work some magic and get you one. Oh, nice. I might be able to get one, but if I can't, I will take one. All right. Whiskey knows what it says. Middle West, Old Forester, Rye 3, my guess. All right. I have no clue on this one. So, all right. We got glass 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Mm. I think all these are going to be beautiful. Mm. Glass one had some caramel, some really nice dark, like milk chocolate notes to it. Even some like, lemon. There's some like citrusy lemon on glass one, and it's not like pledge, but really nice lemon, not like the artificial lemon. Um, Glass one was beautiful, really nice. Mr. Great Shot. Cheers, Whiskey Tornado and Marty Knows. Cheers, buddy. Horatio's guessing Old Forester, Middle West, Rye 3. That could be a good guess. Could be a good guess. Ed Sturger saying Middle West, Rye 3, Old Forester. Everybody's got all over the place on this one. I like it. And I'm moving on to glass two. Mm. Mm-mm. God, man. That's got some citrus notes as well, but even darker and richer on the palate than glass one. Glass two is a little bit drying on the finish. The wood tannins are a little bit stronger. You know, in the first flight, I said I really like a buttery, viscous texture when it comes to whiskey. And glass one had that. Glass two is that, but then on the finish, mid palate and on the back of the palate, it does get a little drying. So we'll see if that holds up as we keep tasting these. First two pours are great though. Let's see. Oh, no, you beat me at 44. Yeah. So I'm acting like I did it all. I can't take credit for it. I mean, Darrell and Kelsey were awesome last night. All right, glass three. Wow. Glass three is really good. Glass three is brighter in flavors, but the texture still remains like creamy and kind of dark, which is very weird. A lot more citrus on glass three than the first two. That is citrus forward, but really nice. This is a close flight, guys. This is closer than I thought it was going to be. Prescription bourbon. Love the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye. Old Forester rye single barrel is great too. The Green River rye is very nice. I've not had, well, I say I haven't had the Green River rye. I've had, what is the company that ages? This sounds really gimmicky, but they age they're a non-distilling producer, I believe, but I think they're sourcing their whiskey from Green River. Ingram. They age their stuff on like a barge on the river, I believe, which sounds super gimmicky, even worse than Jefferson's Ocean. But I had a single barrel from them that I believe was Green River Rye. It was phenomenal. I agree with you if that's the case, prescription bourbon. It was really good. In fact, it made me want to go do a barrel pick with them. I just don't know if we can, but Earl Shipley introduced me to that, and it was really good. All right, I'm gonna have to go through this flight a couple times, I think, to really narrow it down. So I'm gonna go glass three and back the other way. Mm. Glass three is this burst of like citrus that quickly transitions to this like beautiful kind of apple pear note, and then into spice, into that rye spice. Mm. And it's drying the back of my palate out too. So I don't know if it's just because I've had quite a few high proof whiskeys now that everything's drying out my palate. It's going to be hard to tell. All right, glass two. Mm, mm. Glass two is that dark, rich caramel, chocolatey, um, tobacco-y. Glass two is really nice, man. This is hard. Ed says, "Don't help them if they pass on NBC." Yeah, I mean, I'm about there. Prescription bourbon. I have that Mash and Journey Rye 3 pit. Gonna pour some now. Awesome. Give me your notes, buddy, if you would. Give me your notes on that. Let me know what you think. All right, glass one. Okay, glass one that time. Coming back through, still had some of those same notes, that caramel, milk chocolatiness. The lemon that I first tasted did taste a little more artificial, more into that like lemon pledge kind of thing. Um, and then like a fresh cut grass kind of note to it that I wasn't particularly crazy of. The first sip I loved. Coming back through, I wasn't as excited about that. It's still fine, but it had more funk to it than the first two, or glass two and glass three. Definitely has some more funk. Hmm. Let's see. Whiskey Nose says, I have an Ingram double oaked and it's great. Nice. Brad said, yeah, that's Ingram. Yeah, that single barrel I had was fantastic, man. It was great. Yeah, Brad, I've heard Green River Foolproof is super solid. Um, so I got to find that bottle. Plus, it's $50. I mean, geez. Oh my God. Glass two is ridiculous. So right now, I'm putting glass one in third place because it's a little funky compared to these other two. Again, like this is a perfect case of like last night's blind we did where that Driftless Glen was funky enough in a blind it just didn't taste good. Because when I had glass one on its own as the very first pour in this flight, it was really good. When it came back through, started to taste funky and a little bit off. It just goes to show you like foods you eat during the day and before a tasting can really affect things, just like where it is in a flight and what whiskeys you have before and after it can affect how things taste. So that's why I always say take blinds with a grain of salt. They're not the end all be all of everything, but it's a good tool. Uh, Oh, Marty, 2 hours from the beach. Ed says, is North Carolina a controlled state? So my daughter lives in North Carolina now, and their liquor laws suck, man. You have to go to like a ABC store or something to get stuff at a certain proof. Um, Whiskey says, yes, the funny thing is I land better shit than I did. Oh, really? Picked up Jack 1210 yesterday. Oh, that's a great deal, Marty. Nice. Did you guys see the Bourbon Junkies video? I think it was today where they were in a blind. They did the ascots and they placed the Chris Stapleton's Travelers above Jack 10, which was crazy. All right. Tasting glass three. Oh, that's nice, man. Ed says, I haven't opened. What the hell, Ed? I haven't opened the Middle West barrels for Hope Pick yet. I think I'm going to do a Middle West Old Forester Barrel Proof and Hard Truth Blind. Nice. Dude, open that bottle. It's so good. Ed, my daughter is in Jacksonville. So my son-in-law is in the Marines and he works on New River Marine Corps base. So we were just there. I didn't know you were in North Carolina now. I should have given you a call. All right. So glass 2 is my winner. It is just so dark and rich. And I'm trying to figure out which one I'm going to put in second and third between glass 3 and glass 1. Let me taste glass 3 here. Glass 3 in the mid palate has this beautiful, beautiful apple pear note to it. And I think it's just a little more, it's not one note, but it's not as complex as glass 1 is. Let me taste glass 1. Yeah. All right. I've got my order. Glass 1, dark, rich, has a little bit of funk to it. And a little bit of like green grassiness to it, but I just think it's more complex, more well-rounded, more flavor packed than glass 3 was. And there's nothing wrong with glass 3. It's just not as interesting and not as complex, but it does have this beautiful like apple pear note to it. So we'll get into it and see what we got here. Ray Warren said, let's crack him, Ed. Mine is still. What are you guys doing? It was my second favorite pour of the year so far. You guys haven't opened those? John Russell, what's up, man? Good evening. Just hopped in. Welcome, buddy. Oh, Ed's in Louisville. That's right. You can't. Oh, what are you guys doing with your lives, man? You don't have that Middle West open. All right. All right. Let's reveal this. And then we'll do our drawing. All right. Let me get that comment off. Like I said, guys, I'm going to close up the super chats pretty soon, but we are giving away a flight of the bourbon flight I did earlier today, which includes E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof and Elijah Craig Barrel Proof C923. Excuse me, and our Barrels for Hope NBC pick, which for me won in that flight. And you guys, whoever wins that, can do it on your own. And then I would encourage you guys to let me know. I'm curious if I'm crazy or if NBC pick wins for someone else as well. It's been killing in blinds. It's not only did I rate it as my top bourbon, but hello again, whiskey friends. Durrell has it, I think, his highest scored bourbon of the year so far. And there are some other channels that have it scored really high and absolutely falling in love with that pick. So, and then we're also giving away a flight of the Rise we just did. So, let's reveal those, see what we got. All right, coming in third place is bottle B, which is Rye 3. This is the Mash and Journey pick. Beautiful bottle. Only 162 of these, 61.84%. Beautiful blend. I can't remember the origin. I know there was some MGP in here, but and some really old whiskey too, if I remember correctly. But it doesn't really say on the bottle what the blend is. If somebody in chat knows, maybe Prescription Bourbon knows, let me know. But just a beautiful, beautiful rye with some amazing like apple and pear notes in the middle of the palate. All right. My second place is a which is Old Forester. Now this was really good. It had a little bit of funkiness for me, but still very complex, very dark, very rich. But honestly, guys, these two didn't hold a candle to our winner, which is Middle West. And I'm telling you guys, Middle West is doing some amazing things. I think this whiskey was like 4 years old, but it's a dark pumpernickel rye at cask strength. All the proofs were very close. Proof on the Old Forester, 127. Proof on the Middle West was 124. So the proof on the Middle West wasn't the lowest, I guess. I guess the Rye 3 was the lowest. But this Middle West pick, guys, I said it in my best of 2024 video that it's for me, it rivals Jack Daniel's single barrel proof. I thought it would beat Old Forester rye, single barrel rye. And we got comments like we did from Mike saying that, craft niche bullshit, and thought I was, just, I don't know. I don't know why people, I kind of get why people don't trust it, but I'm telling you guys, these are some of the best bottles I've had this year. I'm not even chasing the allocated stuff anymore. It's the year of the single barrels, in my opinion. So, Whiskey Nose nailed it. Yep, you did, buddy. Ryan says he's in Durham. Hard to catch stuff. Prescription Bourbon says hashtag rigged. Yeah, people are still going to say it's rigged. Whatever. I'm going to finish this one, though, man. This glass is fantastic. It's easily the best rye up here. Easily. It's not even close. Not even close. The only knock I would give this pick, and again, I think it's just because it's a little bit younger, is it is drying on the back of the palate. I would love to see that not be so drying on the back of the palate. But it's 3-4-year-old whiskey. I don't know what they do to their dark pumpernickel rye, but it is gorgeous, man. It is some of the best tasting stuff out there. There is this almost like I get this in a lot of Middle West products. If you guys have ever hunted, there's you get these wafers. They're like there's like a scent called Forest Floor, where it has like these really subtle kind of pine, earthy notes. I get that in Middle West. I also get like this beautiful peppermint oil to it. It's really a Christmas whiskey, in my opinion. And those notes are there, but they're really subtle. Some Middle West, they're stronger. I've done a couple barrel picks now with them, and some of the barrels are a little stronger in those notes. But I absolutely love those notes. And this barrel has it a little bit, but it's not to the level of some. God dang, it's good. That's a beautiful rye, man, that many people don't know about, but I think the hype's going to go through the roof on these as soon as people start hearing about them and figuring it out. John Russell, I got you, man. Got you down. Let's see. Marty, Middle West is here, but not. Oh, yeah. The other stuff's okay, but nothing is, I don't think, is as good as the dark pumpernickel rye at cask strength. That's where it's at, man. So, all right, guys. I'm going to close the super chats out. We'll go for 2 more minutes if anyone else wants to get in. Excuse me. I had a tickle in my throat all night. Man, this Middle West is good. So in 5th place on our best of 2024 video, let's see, I had Hard Truth's 4-grain bourbon. That bottle's so good and has so much butterscotch. Butterscotch is one of my favorite notes. And in some of the best Hard Truth picks that I've had, it has that butterscotch note, and their 4-grain has it in spades. It is fantastic expression for the age. So that was my fifth best thing I've tasted so far this year. My fourth was the Barrel Craft Spirits Mizunara Oak. If you guys haven't tried that bottle, man, you need to. It is fantastic. And Barrel Craft Spirits selling that for $85, where a lot of companies that are finishing stuff in Mizunara Oak are selling for 120, 150. So a lot more expensive. So it's great value and a great bottle and easy to find. My third place was, what was my third place? I'm drawing a blank on what my third place was. I'll think of it. My second place was the Middle West Spirits Pumpernickel Rye, and my first place was the NBC barrel pick from Barrels for Hope. They're all just bangers, man. And I really think that they would stand up with years past top 5 picks. So, that Middle West, though, that's special. That is special. Let's see. Prescription. Oh, I know what number 3 was. Number 3 was Dark Arts. So another non-distilling producer sourcing mainly MGP. But we tasted, honestly, he brought out some single barrels of single malts for us that were fire. But sourcing MGP and finishing, and the finishing is just masterfully done. Macaulay, formerly of Wilderness Trail, started Dark Arts, and just doing such a great job. So we did 2 picks with Dark Arts for Barrels for Hope. We picked a unique mash bill. It was that pick was so much fun because we tasted through 12 to 14 barrels, I think. And the way Macaulay does picks is so great because he listens to what you're saying about the picks and then steers you through his warehouse of barrels that he has available. So we had tasted some 10.5 year stuff, which is what Bourbon Junkies did, Drums and Drams did. They were okay, but we weren't crazy. I mean, they were good, but it wasn't what we were looking for. Then he brought out some different finishings, and then brought us a unique mash bill. It was a single barrel that was a unique MGP mash bill of 51% corn, 39% malted barley or malted rye, and the rest malted barley. And we loved it. It was almost our pick, and we were like, we know this isn't very exciting for our group, but it is a fantastic barrel. We even liked it better than some of the 10.5 year MGP barrels we tasted. And Macaulay said, well, if you guys like that, I have that same mash bill, and I finished it in Oloroso sherry. And we're like, hell yeah, man, go get us that. So he brings in that, and it was out of this world good. And so that was my number 3. It's that unique MGP mash bill finished in Oloroso sherry. And Oloroso sherry is hard to get anyway. Done well, it's really hard to get. And this is just beautifully blended. And then we also picked a white port. It was a 7-year MGP finished in white port. And he brought us 1 barrel, which we liked, but it had enough bottles. We weren't sure we could sell them all. So he said, well, I do have a short barrel of it also. And we said, yeah, bring us that. He brought us a short barrel of the white port, which was even better. And so we bought that barrel as well and sold all those as well. But Dark Arts I'm telling you guys, that the barrels I've tasted, they are doing some fantastic stuff. So it's fun to have these newer companies and not be all, the legacy distilleries on our best of every year. So, all right, Marty, I got you down, bud. Got you down. Okay. So that's it, guys. I'm going to close the super chats and then we'll do this drawing. Let me just get caught up in chat here. Prescription bourbon, Barrel Vantage is nice too. Yeah, I agree. Barrel Vantage was very good. I like the Mizunara better than Barrel Vantage, though. John Russell, the A1 news store is going to have a steakhouse bar and grill above the liquor store. Yeah, it is. Saw that on social media yesterday, I believe. Yeah, John, it is. In fact, at the beginning of this live stream, I shared the new renderings for the new A1 store. It's going to be amazing. I love Narav. I love A1. So I'm super excited that we're partnering with them with Barrels for Hope. They've been nothing but amazing. And we wouldn't be able to donate $40,000 to charity this year without them. So, okay. Think Henry Turner, what's up, buddy? What up, Lance? You killed it on Hello Again Whiskey Friends yesterday. yeah, that was fun, man. I had so much fun. And I love those guys. When they decided to start a channel, I could not have been more excited. I knew all of them before, not knew them, but knew of them through this awesome Whiskey Tube community. So, when Jeff asked me to come on, I was like, hell yeah, man, I'd love to come on, hang out with you guys, drink some whiskey. And I'm rooting for them in Matt Madness. I really want to see Jeff or Darrell win the whole thing. And I think they can, man. They both have amazing palates. So Mr. Jiggs in the house. Cheers, buddy. Hope you're doing well, man. All right. Let's do this drawing. Thanks for hanging out tonight, guys. This has been fun, man. What a great night. I will try to have these flights out to you guys in the mail by next week. And I should be, I'll get caught up on past live streams, but I'll get everything out probably next week. So for you guys. So let's see. Let me get my phone here. So I got a list 1 through 14 on my pad here. And we're just going to ask Siri for random numbers because I don't really have a wrench. I'm not a big enough channel to have a wrench. So, all right, here we go. So this will be for the Bourbon flight. Siri, pick a number between 1 and 14. All right. Siri picked 12. Number 12. And number 12 is John Hancock. John. All right, you get the Bourbon flight, buddy. That includes the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof EC 923 and the Barrels for Hope NBC pick, which was my favorite of them all. So, all right, now we'll do the rye. Siri, pick a number between 1 and 14. Oh, Siri picked 12 again. We're not doing that. Sorry, John. We got to go with somebody else. Siri, pick a number between 1 and 14. All right. It went with 10. And 10 is Top Dog. All right. Congrats, Top Dog. Congrats, everybody. Let me make sure I'm all caught up. Whiskey Nose says, Lance, wrench me and Top Dog. We can keep up for you on the live streams. Oh, that's awesome, man. Thanks. Let me figure out how to do that, Marty. If I figure out how to do that, I will make you guys wrenches. But I appreciate the help. So far, right now I'm small enough. I can keep up with 15 super chats. But if I'm consistent and keep doing live streams every Thursday at 8:30, I might need your help. So we'll see how it goes. But I love where the channel's at. I love having this amount of people that I actually know and can keep track of, get to know you guys. And you guys are awesome. I love it, man. I love it. So congrats to everybody. Congrats to Top Dog and congrats to John Hancock. We will get those. Actually, if you guys will, just email me at lance@barrelsforhope.com with your addresses, if you don't mind. And then I'll get these flights out to you. So that's going to do it for me, guys. 10 o'clock. So I'm old. I got to get up and work tomorrow. So love you guys very much. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for always supporting the channel and supporting Barrels for Hope. You guys are amazing. It's a fun flight, man. Mike, what's your name? Mike M 4432 the niche craft bullshit won tonight, buddy. Fuck off. Later.